I'll wait for folks to show up. Wait for everyone to come in. Let everyone know what's going on. Yeah, feel a little bit rusty. I haven't done this in a while. I'll give folks a few minutes though to come in. I know I haven't been here in a while. Just let everyone know what's been going on with me. It'd be nice to see people again. Hmm. I hope people still come see me. Yeah, it's good though. Just keep in touch with folks. I know I haven't been up in about a couple of weeks. Wow. Okay, what's going on? OC Song, how you doing? All right, all right. The first one, yeah, okay. Yeah, I got two watching. All right, good, good. Glad to see somebody in here. Yeah, I got a lot to catch people up on. Hey, what's going on, Rob? My man Rob from Brooklyn in the building. All right, what's going on with you? All right, all right. Got you all in. All right, I guess I can go and start. Wanted to let everyone know, get everyone on an update on where I've been. I know I haven't been putting out uploads like I need to be, and reason being, and this might be probably the lamest excuse as to why. I need another SD card. That's all. I just need another SD card. The one I have on my phone, it's got no room in it, and I know it's a really lame ass excuse, but yeah, I just ran out. Oh, I'm doing well, OC Song though. I'm letting everyone know. Yeah, that's the reason why though. It is a lame ass excuse. I'm gonna get an SD card so I could do some more uploads and things like that, and as well as do live. I need to be going more live anyway. Hey, Beaches, man, how you doing? How are you doing? Yeah, I'm glad to see you. Yeah, but yeah, just letting everyone know what I've been up to, where I've been. I haven't stopped doing uploads. I just need to get another SD card, and I will. I'm going. And also just let everyone know I've been doing well. I've been doing pretty decently. Just prioritizing as usual, trying to get things going, get things right the way I need them to be. I'm trying to move myself in a different direction, as far as my uploads and going live. And a lot of things are happening too. Since the time I've been gone up until now, YouTube is making some changes. They're doing some things. I just literally saw tonight a piece on 60 Minutes. They were talking about YouTube, and this is some really interesting stuff. I was watching tonight. Everyone, and I think I want to share this with everyone, all you content creators out there near this, because this is in a way also related to this whole COPPA Act that's going on right now. For one thing, what they were saying on 60 Minutes is that YouTube is like the most watched social media network probably in the nation. Over 1 billion hours of videos are being watched every day. About 500, I think they said 500 hours of videos are being uploaded every day. I mean, so YouTube is really the thing. And they also mentioned how a lot of the stuff that's going on with YouTube causing them to make the changes is because a lot of these controversial sites and these videos that are out right now, a lot of these videos are pushing the envelope, which leads to this whole new COPPA deal about these ads that are targeting children. A lot of these children's content videos. First of all, I want to say this because I heard that YouTube got hit with 170 billion, or was it 170 million dollars or 170 billion dollars. They got hit with some legal kind of action. They had to pay out that much money. I mean, that's a lot of coin to be shelling out for something. So yeah, YouTube is making some definite changes. So content creators, definitely be on the lookout. Be mindful. Because I mean, of course, myself. First of all, my channel is not really a children's channel to begin with, and secondly, as content creators, I believe that first of all, we shouldn't have to be responsible for what your children watch. You as a parent need to be responsible. You as a parent need to monitor your child's intake. You need to do that. It's not our responsibility. I mean, you know what though, Rob? Hey, what's up, Cindy? How you doing, brother? But Rob. You know what? All it is basically to me, it's another suppression of freedom of speech. First of all, I mean, and I've watched your channel too. Your channel is not for children either. I mean, this is really for content. I mean, content creators that have children's channels. I believe that's what that's going for. But like I was saying, as content creators, hey Monique, as content creators, we're not responsible for your children. It's that simple. As a parent, as parents who have children, you need to monitor your child's intake. You need, like you watch what they, you monitor what they watch on TV, what they watch at the movies. You need to monitor what they watch on YouTube as well, and social media. First of all, children shouldn't even be on YouTube or Facebook and none of that stuff anyway. If you ask me. Yeah, don't go nowhere, Rob. Exactly. I mean, because you got something you need to be telling people. I mean, there's so many these other channels that are out there just doing God knows what, and just doing all kinds of manner of things. I mean, center myself, doing all kind of manner of things, doing all other kinds of stuff out there, and no one says anything to them. I mean, it's like all of a sudden they want to regulate. They want to start wanting to be the police of what people out there. All it is a suppression of, really, to me, of people's freedom of speech and suppression of rights. Now, true enough, I don't have one of these brutal channels. Yeah, Monique, I was just actually explaining that to people where I've been. In this for one of the, like I was saying, one of the silliest reasons. I need another SD card, so that's why I haven't posted any uploads. But as far as live streams, I think that's probably what you're talking about. I'm gonna start making an effort to go live more. I mean, because I need to work on my watch hours anyway, so I'm gonna do better at that. But as far as the content out there, like I was saying, as parents, you first of all need to monitor what your children watch. Like I remember back in the day, Charles Barkley made this commercial called "I'm Not a Role Model." Just because I play basketball doesn't mean I need to raise your children. And we could apply that same concept to us as content creators. Just because we're on YouTube and we got a message doesn't mean we have to raise your children. It's not fair. Hey, how you doing, Mona? So, hey, the brain, how you doing, Queen Mona Simone? Missed you. Just swinging through for a few minutes. Okay, I'm well. I am so well. I'm glad that you came through. Now, I was just talking about this COPPA thing that they're trying to push now. Now they all of a sudden want to protect children, but yet you got people out here going up in schools. You got pedophiles and stuff running around here, but you're not. Are you putting that same kind of energy as far as getting them off the street that you want to come after content creators? I'm just saying. I mean, hey, Keybert, welcome. Everyone, first of all, I'm glad you're here. I'm glad to be speaking to you all again. Everyone, meet each other, support one another. Also, y'all support the channel paypal.me/Real Aaron Collins, as well as Patreon. Thank you all so much for showing up. I mean, like I was saying, if it wasn't for you, I wouldn't be here. So there is no me without you. That's the way I look at it. Because, people tend to forget that you wouldn't be a popular as a content creator if you didn't have more people watching you. You got to have some content to create for people to watch. But yeah, all these things that's going on right now in these so-called YouTube streets, it's just amazing. I mean, YouTube's changing their policies and their guidelines, and I look at it. It could be for the it could be for the best. It could be for the better. I mean, for those of us out there who are doing things, we're not pushing certain agendas and doing things doing things out there that shouldn't be going on. What's up, Mohawk Original? How you doing? Welcome. That's out there doing things that they shouldn't be doing. Yeah, maybe their channels do need to be scrutinized. Maybe they need to be watched. Maybe their channels need to be reviewed and stuff like that. But as far as people who just come out there and just speak some truth to knowledge and say some things to encourage people, I don't think people like us should have anything to worry about. I mean, you gotta with anything. I understand you do have to have some checks and balances. Okay, I get that. You do have to have that. You gotta have a system of morals in place. You gotta have something that's gonna keep some order. I understand that. I respect that really. I mean, I'm a law-abiding person. I respect law and order. I respect rules and stuff. So, yeah. But as far as this thing with COPPA, it's I'm trying to understand it, but I do have some questions. I do have some concerns about what it means to us. Maybe it means nothing, but for those, I think it's mainly talking about people who do have channels that children that are supposed to be for children. They want to make sure that these channels are well maintained and saying the right things and doing the right things. Well, whatever. But yeah, as far as YouTube is concerned, YouTube is basically like the new school, the new university. Literally, you could do anything and learn anything and talk about anything ever known to man on this platform. You could learn how to do things on this platform. You could learn how to make a bar of soap if you wanted to. I'm sure there is something on this platform that will teach you how to do that. That's just how what it is. I think YouTube is basically almost like a competitor to education. And I've said this before that it's more people that's on this platform watching more video content on YouTube than they are watching TV. Maybe it might be something like that. But anyway, the federal government is getting involved, and I think they're the ones who came at YouTube. They're putting the pressure on them, so now they got to press us too. But as far as the content I put out, and some of the content some of you guys on here are putting out, I mean, we're not doing anything wrong. I know I'm not. We're just out there trying to educate people, trying to have fun, trying to talk about things and try to let it be known what's going on in the world today. Bottom line, it's people like us that they will rather listen to than they will listen to the regular news, because the news has a slanted narrative. They have they only let out so much of what they want you to know. Whereas with us, we just come out and tell it like it is. We put out that whole truth and all the facts of what's going on out there. And sometimes it's going to be raw. See, we can't live in no PG. I realize we're not living in a PG or G-rated society, unfortunately. Some of the stuff that we deal with on a day-to-day basis is very R-rated, and sometimes it's even X-rated. But that's the world we live in. We can't shield ourselves from the world, and we can't act like stuff is not happening and not talk about it because some people are offended by it. That's not realistic. It's not fair. It's not even living in. It's like, what kind of reality are you living in? See what some people are saying. I'm keeping it fun, cute, and sexy with some intelligence and a good heart. Yeah, exactly, Bridget. That's exactly what we need to do. I mean, I look at this platform. To me, this platform is fun. When I first heard of the concept of going live, That was a very interesting concept to me because it's like it gave normal people like us the ability to actually be like the news and go live before an entire audience that's sitting at home. That people are watching us like they will watch the news. We're basically like we're basically our own CNN, our own Fox News, our own ESPN for those who are into sports. I mean, we talk about a lot of the same things that they talk about. Of course, a lot of us talk about it. We have an edge when we talk about it, but still, we still talk about what's going on. We talk about what's going on in the world today, and a lot of the stuff that, like I said just now, that they don't want to talk about. Well, we talk about it anyway. That's just what it is. What's up, little Mike? That's just what it is. I mean, we can't be afraid though. They want to suppress us. They want to silence us, but we can't let them silence us. We can't be afraid to talk about certain things because it's not PC. It's not politically correct, or you know, like I said before, I live in the real world, and in the real world you have some ugly stuff in it. But we just can't keep ignoring the ugliness and just talk about all the stuff that's good and all the stuff that's tickling to the ears. See, it's like how the gospel is, but in some churches, how they don't talk about hell. They don't talk about they don't talk about the consequences of sin. They only talk about the feel good stuff, the ear tickling stuff that the Bible mentions that just really just keeps people happy and stuff. Now they don't talk about the real ugly stuff in the Bible, like well, what happens if you live a life but outside of Christ. I mean, I'm just comparing that to what it is on YouTube. I think that what they're trying to do, and I even hear that Facebook is even coming under fire. So bottom line is that it's like it's an attack on social media. No, this too will pass. Like I said, all it is a form of suppression. They want to silence us, but we can't let that happen. Um, they talk about all this stuff about fake news and things like that, but they let that fly. They let that go without being checked. But the minute people like us want to get on there and start talking about some things, they're gonna want something to say about it. So I'm still on this whole thing with COPPA. It's still pretty new. I'm still trying to understand it, but yeah, it's just yeah, we just can't let them silence us. So let's see what everyone here is saying. Hey brother, hello family. Hey Michelle, welcome. Yeah, Keeper says I stand alone. So yeah, but yeah, everyone. I mean, those of us who are content creators out here, such as Simone, the Brain, and Beat the Beach is Better, Bridget. We put out stuff out there that people want to hear and need to hear, and we make it fun. We try to have fun, like I said on this platform. I like to have fun with YouTube. The things that you can do with YouTube. I mean, to have a audience. I mean, the very thought of having a show, to me, that's just amazing to me. You have your show. This is like better than prime time. And then with me, this is like an extension of filmmaking for me. As an independent filmmaker, to me, this is an extension of it. This is an extension of filmmaking. It's an extension of creativity. And as far as being live, I know a lot of people go live, but the real content creating, I've said this before, is in doing uploads. You can do so much more with uploads, and as far as editing is concerned, you can just do so many things. But There's so many different ways of getting a message out. You got Facebook Live, you got Instagram Live. I think even Twitter had a thing. I think Periscope is still around. I think it is. But that's just the way it is. But in the amount of time I've been off of YouTube, I've seen a few interesting movies. So one of the movies I went and saw, I just saw this last night. I saw this movie called Queen and Slim. I'm not gonna give no spoilers. Oh, there's a Twitter Live too. Wow. I'm surprised Snapchat doesn't have a live. Well, they might. And if they don't have one yet, they may just have one. Hey, Annette B. How you doing, Queen? But as far as what was I? Oh yeah, I went and saw Queen and Slim last night. Like I said, I'm not gonna ruin it for people who haven't seen it. It's an interesting film. It tackles, I put it this way, it tackles things that we deal with today, but it does it in a romantic, Bonnie and Clyde kind of fashion. And I'm gonna leave it at that. I also saw The Joker. I'm sure by now, people, what's up, Redbird? My man Ron Redbird, what's going on with you? Yeah, I'm sure by now everyone's seen Joker. If you hadn't seen it, it's a really dark retelling of the classic Batman saga. This this just telling of Joker will make you think the type of world that we live in today. Kai Watts, what's going on? What's going on to everyone in the chat? Everyone say hello to each other. Um, I do have some rules. I'm going to put them out there real quick. I do run a peaceful chat. I'm not about the drama. I'm not about beef. If there are people who are beefing with one another, I would prefer that you not do it here. I would prefer that you would get it out of your system, and then come back here and interact. Um, if there are any trolls here, well, hey, I'm gonna welcome you also, because you might learn something. The way I look at it, you might learn something, and you might want to stop being a troll from something that you learned from me. And that's how that is. But yeah, but that's how things are going right now. And as usual, definitely I stand alone. What's going on? That's as usual. That's how I like to do things. It's a one of the things I'm definitely working on is my oratorio skills. I think I'm getting a little bit better, but I feel like I can do a little bit more, be a little bit more clear, because I feel like I'm tripping over things I'm saying. I hope everyone can understand me clearly. I'm sure it's bad enough that you all can't see me. The lighting in here is not that wonderful. I think I got one bulb that's working. Anyway, but yeah, I'm not all into beefing. I'm not one of these channels where I go around berating and destroying black women. That's not what I do. I don't destroy anybody, really. But I'm not one of these channels that talks about black women. I don't talk about weave. I don't talk about makeup. I don't talk about none of that stuff. I'm not one of these red pill type of people either. I'm not one of these MGTOW folks. I'm none of that. You know, I'm the real Aaron Collins, because when I talk, I talk the way I talk because this is how I would be in if you saw me in real life. You met me in person. The way you see me right here on this camera is the way I am. How you doing, Sonya C's? I'm so glad to see you here. So me and Sonya C's go way back. I mean, we gotta. I mean, this whole thing though with YouTube. First of all, I think a lot of people that probably shouldn't have a channel are these channels that just talk about some really depraved things, some really sick, twisted stuff. I mean, it's unfortunate that some people do use this platform to do some pretty heinous things. Like I think last year, either a few months ago or last year, maybe it was a few months ago, but they had some. It was some dude in New Zealand who went and opened fire on a church, on a Muslim church, a Muslim mosque there, and showed himself doing it. Hey, Tanisha, how you doing? I appreciate you coming through to show some love. Welcome. And for those who are just coming through, if you didn't see you didn't hear what I was saying in the beginning, yeah, I got it up there. It's gonna be up there. Just watch the playback. But yeah, guys, I'm glad everyone's here. Thanks for coming by to see how I'm doing. Yeah, I've been away for a little bit, just trying to take care of some things and get my channel up in some kind of fashion. I'm gonna pretty soon have a more professional setup than this. But I'm so glad to be here with you all and to be here doing this. I'm learning how to make my channel more professional. I'm learning how to get out here and just see what kind of stories I could talk about. So yeah. Let's see, but as far as I've been to other people's platforms, and as far as the channels are concerned, when you all support one another, watch the video, watch everyone's video, like it, hit the like button, and send a nice comment to the person, and I think that's how your channel grows too. I love watching those types of channels also, where they help people to grow their channels because that's important. Now this is a great platform, and it's good that we could talk about things other than the community. We need to talk about stuff that's going on in the world today. We need to let people know. Oh, thank you, Sonia. Yeah, I'm surviving it. What's up, that guy from Texas? Yeah, and matter of fact, Sonia, yeah. And speaking of which, yeah, we still gotta get you out here. We still gotta do some collaborating. Well, hey, Shalonda, aka Back to Basics. Welcome. I'm so glad to see everyone. But yeah, I mean, this is not a hard platform to be on though. YouTube is, like I said, I think it's fun. I think it's real cool to be able to go live, to be your own newscast. I think that's a beautiful thing. What's up, Kip? Kip Zachary, how you doing? I mean, that's something that we should always do. Everyone, please share this live too with everyone. Share this live in your social networks. Let everyone know. Come on over here and see me. What's up, cool gent? I mean, come on over here and see what's going on in my part of the black sector. You know what? I don't even really like that terminology, the black sector. I really don't. I mean, I've heard people use that term, and I'm guilty of using it too. But what does that really mean? Why do we have to have a sector? Why is it that when we come on this platform that we're always being labeled. We're always at each other's throats about something. You know, when other people get on this platform, they support each other's channels. They help build each other up. They promote each other. They even help each other get views. What do? We're still constantly berating each other. And now they have this thing on YouTube now. And matter of fact, it's not just YouTube, but social media. Period. Sub Zero the Infinite. No, they got something called cancel culture. It's a cancel culture right now where they're trying to get people flagged. They're trying to get each other canceled. They're also doxing people, trying to get people's addresses and stuff out there. I mean, to me, that's just crossing all kind of boundaries and stuff. You want to get somebody, put someone's channel out there with the intent of having them harmed, having their kids harmed, having their families harmed. I think that's just some dangerous stuff right there. I mean, when does it end? I mean, why do we go to these extremes? Because you don't like somebody's. The way I look at it, if you don't like someone's content, simply just don't go to the platform. Don't go to their channel. If you don't like the content, stay away from it. That's the way it should be. I mean, to me, that's the common sense approach. If you don't like the content, don't go to the channel. But no, you want to have people canceled. You want to have them doxxed. You want to flag them and stuff for what? Oh, really, Kai Watts? I was wondering what happened to him because I know he changed his name to the organic Illionaire and stuff. Man, wow. I mean, I've heard some of the stuff that he's talked about. It's sad he got canceled, but I'm not really surprised either. I mean, he had some pretty heavy stuff on his platform, and with these new guidelines coming from YouTube, they're being real strict. They're really enforcing a lot of stuff. So my advice, y'all, is just to be careful. Yeah, I realize we do have a freedom of speech. I get that, but even with a freedom of speech, you still got to be careful with what you say because, like they say with the Miranda Act, they can use that against you. They will use it against you. And the thing is that some of these people don't have they just don't get it. They don't have enough sense to not go live while you're doing your dumb stuff. I mean, it's like, and then when the shit hits the fan, they just have the most surprised look on their face, like, how did I get caught? What happened? You're broadcasting all your business for the world to see. You're not thinking about it, and that's some of the things that, unfortunately, those that have this persuasion of skin, a lot of us do that. That's that sort of stuff. I mean, I just don't get that. Some of these, I've been to some of these beef channels too, and you know, some of these beef channels where they're talking about people, it sounds like the online version of Hit 'em Up or No Vaseline. It's like the very term YouTube beef to me is an oxymoron, and I'm glad we're on this subject. I'm on this subject because I've even mentioned this before. But how is it who's Asian McGowan, Texas? Who is that? Show me who that is. But like I've mentioned this before, how some of these content creators talk about pulling up on each other and talking about going in and stuff. And trust me, I know what it's like to be targeted on YouTube because I've been targeted before. I've been labeled all kinds of things before because of some of my views. But people talk about pulling up on each other, and I mean, they all right, Michelle. Good night. Thanks for stopping through. Michelle H. Everyone, support Michelle H. I mean, people talk. I mean, you talking about pulling up on each other. I mean, folks are even threatening each other in this platform, talking about when they see each other in the streets and stuff. Now, it might be all just a bunch of posturing and flexing. They might just all be talking, but you know what? I don't take nothing for granted. And sometimes that talking becomes real. It's like some people will get on a plane to come and see you. It's just that simple. You don't know what you don't know what some people's mind state is. You don't know what some people's on some people's minds are. You don't know what some people will will actually do. So I don't test nobody. You don't want to be messing with people like that on that type of level where you sit up there and make these threats because folks will. I mean, I've heard of stories of people actually seeing somebody and approaching them, and then when they approach that person, they were quiet. I mean, it's like I heard someone once say this, that someone made a good point a few years ago. They say that social media is the new streets. Yeah, some folks will die without social media. It's a dangerous drug. Yeah, exactly. Well, I tell them come to my door and see what happens. Okay, Rob, I hear you too. I mean, and a lot of these people, that's one thing about this platform. I've said this before also, but social media has also bred a generation of cowards. Basically, people who are a real pussified up close and personal. This platform has given them the weapon. It's weaponized them. It's given them the courage to hide behind an avatar and use a fake name and just talk all kinds of noise. I mean, you just talk as much shit as you want to talk. But as soon as you get up close and personal with somebody, you just as quiet as a church house mouse. It's like people are not real. That's why I also don't believe in taunting folks because you just don't know. You never know. You do have that person, like I said. You got that individual who feeling some kind of way. Someone who want to smell themselves, probably feeling his nuts, and want to come out there and actually try you. You know. Oh, somebody was messing with the elder. Oh, okay. Oh, so wait a minute. What? Katie Organic was beefing with Baba Rasan. Man, Baba Rasan don't bother nobody. Rasan Shakur, man, that man has gained a lot of respect from us here. What they messing with the elder for? He don't bother nobody at all. So I love the elder. He's got a lot of wisdom. People need to respect him. He's got a lot of wisdom and knowledge and experience under him. That's why a lot of us go to him and listen to him. He's been to my platform before. I love listening to the elder. You know what though? The beach is better, and I get what you're saying because it's true. YouTube doesn't reflect the real streets, but don't sleep on the threats. I'm not saying be paranoid with these threats and stuff, but the way I look at it is okay. If a person is bold enough to say that stuff, I mean, okay, I'm not gonna be scared to death of them, but at the same time, okay, I'm like this. I take everything that a person say. I will take it for word value. I'll be like, okay, because you said that, so now I'm gonna be prepared because you said that. Now you might not, you might be calling my bluff. You might not be real with the threat, but because you made the threat, I'm gonna treat you like you were serious. And that's the way I see it. That's the way I look at that. I mean, like I said before, this platform shouldn't even be about all that. Hey, Sunray, what's going on? Yo, brother Sunray, this is another brother from down under. I think yeah, well, New Zealand, yeah, it's down under too. It's right by Australia, so yeah, y'all support Sunray too. I mean, people. I think the thing is with social media, it's giving license to people who already don't have enough to do anyway, and it's made them more of that. See, social media can make you and it could break you. It could improve you and it could corrupt you. The way I look at it, and the way I see it, if you are if you are basically if you're an asshole in reality in real life, chances are social media is going to even make you more of an asshole. But I'll say this though, I will say this much. I will say this much. Okay. Oh, Fuji. Okay. Cool. I will say this much. For all these people who do make these threats, do realize this: you can be touched. Hey, Black Seed Supreme, what's going on? Welcome. I mean, people who like that, just know you can be touched. And the thing is with this whole thing about YouTube and stuff. I mean, we shouldn't even have to be talking like this as adults, but unfortunately, you gotta have this kind of conversation because some folks just don't get it. Some folks think this is a game. Some people think that some people think that they can say and do what they want. They don't expect no repercussions. Now, I have, like I said before, I have heard of those exceptions, those occasions where people have went and saw somebody, where some people have went and spoke to some people that they saw on YouTube or something. They did actually pay them a visit, and it wasn't nice. So that's why it don't pay to even go back and forth with folks. If people want to troll, if people want to, I wish I had some mods on here. I'm not in that situation yet, but one day. But I mean, if people want to beef, if people want to have something to say, don't go back and forth with them. The worst thing you could do to a person is this: just simply ignore them. See, because when you ignore somebody, you take the power away from them. Basically, when you ignore them, basically you're saying you don't acknowledge their existence. You don't acknowledge their existence. You don't see them as somebody that's worth speaking to or talking to. That's what that is. Yeah, that's just what that is. When you ignore that person, and now Sunray, I can't. I'm using my phone. Yeah, that's a depressing life to live in hate all day and night. Exactly, I agree. Social media creates serial killers like Elliot Rogers. Yes, it does. And I remember Elliot Rogers too. The thing with Elliot Rogers is that the interesting thing about Elliot Rogers is that he came from money. His father, I think, was a crew member, a major crew member on the Hunger Games. His biggest problem was he was just socially inept. He was mad because he couldn't find a woman, or the woman that he liked didn't like him, so he just went on a shooting spree. And he went to college in Santa Barbara, and then after that, he took his own life. I saw the manifesto he made too. I mean, social media, you be surprised at what people are going through. I did a video a while back on this YouTuber out of New York City named Etika. For those of you who know who Etika was, and it's sad about what happened to him. He literally did like a little suicide note video on YouTube. So you never know what's going through people's minds. You never know what kind of pain and hurt that people are going through. Also, see, some people are just dealing with a lot of issues. Some people don't know how to deal with their issues in a healthy manner, so they take it out in a bad way. Some people, after like I said before, some folks actually even go commit crime sprees on this platform. We saw what happened to the well, who was it? I think Philandro Castillo. Yeah, the one who was killed by the cop in Minnesota. So this platform could be used like I say this. I say this. People are afraid of social media, but social media is not the problem. See, social media is just a tool. It's the people who use it that make it a problem. It's like if you have a gun. If I had a gun, I could put my gun on a table and it could be loaded, but it'll sit there unless I move it. Now, if someone was to take that same gun and walk down the street and just start randomly gunning people down and murdering folks, then it becomes dangerous. It's all it is that's the way it is with social media. It's just a tool. What you do with that tool is what makes or breaks it. But once again, it's a tool. The tool by itself is harmless. It takes someone behind that tool. Let's see what else is going on in this crazy world of ours. But yeah, as far as COPPA is concerned, raise your own children. Like I said before, we shouldn't have to deal with your children. Your children are not supposed to watch something. You need to you need to turn it off. Not matter of fact, don't tell the child to turn it off. You as the parent need to go turn it off. And besides, these children today need to be reading books. They need to be doing something productive. But that's up to the parent. Like I was saying before, I saw that piece on 60 Minutes tonight, and it's very interesting. The stuff that they were saying about the type of content that is on YouTube and the stuff that you can do with YouTube. And they literally said that over 1 billion hours a day are being watched on YouTube. 1 billion hours of videos. I'm like, wow, that is a lot of watch time. But it only confirmed though what I said before, that people are watching YouTube more than they watch regular TV. Matter of fact, that's one of the reasons why all these streaming services are becoming available. It's because that social media is basically replaced TV as people's form of entertainment. I remember when I was growing up, you only had three major stations. You had ABC, NBC, and CBS, and Fox. That was it. Then you had the cable stations, CNN, then ESPN, and then eventually that evolved. Then you had the pay-per-view stations like Showtime, Cinemax, and HBO, and boom, boom, boom. Finally, it reached the free cable, and now you got all sorts of ways to for people to get their entertainment. You even got free services like Tubi TV and Pluto TV, apps that you can download. I mean, nowadays the regular television as we know it is changing. It's a whole new different dynamic, a whole new different paradigm. It's being watched. I mean, TV as we know it today is completely, it's pretty much obsolete because everything is a streaming service now. You got these services like Amazon Prime and Hulu Matter of fact, even Facebook then got into the streaming market. They got Facebook Watch, YouTube TV. They got their own streaming service. So yeah. Now I look at this from a filmmaker's perspective. That's just more distribution avenues, more channels for distribution. So Sonya says, "Oh yeah, I already read that." Man, I got all this stuff going on here. Hold on. So see, Rob said, "Did you hear that you don't have 1K or be monetized by December 10th? That they will shut your channel down and your Google account to the point you can't even enter in a chat anymore." I didn't hear that. Now I think what they're doing now, I think they're doing too much. I mean, I know they did. If you don't have 1K, I know that if you don't have 1K, they you couldn't go live from a phone or something that like that. You have to have a laptop. But no, Rob, I didn't hear about that. Is that true? Yeah, Sonya, exactly. More money for us. I agree. But see, but now I think YouTube is they're cleaning house and they're cracking the whip. I mean, I hope though that's not the case though. What Rob was saying, I really hope that's not the case. So they say why YouTube only wants people that can make money for them, like with ads. Yeah, I have heard something like that. They want to make they want to make ads, but see, even with that though, they're defeating the purpose of being on this platform. So you just want people to make ads. I mean, that's a bunch of BS right there. Yeah, though this just gotta just be aware, be alert what's going on out here. YouTube is basically a business. Ever since Google took them over, they've become more business like, more business minded. But man, I'm looking. But see, 2020. That's the way I look at it. We gotta get that 2020 vision. We gotta just really be on point with the things that we are trying to do. We gotta be out there pounding this pavement. We gotta make it ourselves is what we need to do. That's right, Black Seed. America is a business. You right. It's capitalism. Capitalism is the rule of the day. Like Wu Tang once said a long time ago, cash rules everything around me. Cream. If when they made that song, I don't know if they realized what they were doing, but they were foreseeing everything that's going on today. They practically predicted what's going on today because it's true. Cash rules everything around me. Dollar bill. I mean, all these things, if it don't make dollars, it don't make sense. Yeah, I mean, all these catchphrases that we hear, money talk, bullshit runs a marathon. That was all speaking to what we're dealing with today. America's a violent police state. They say America, home of the or land of the free, home of the brave. More like land of the free, home of the slave. Yeah, it's capitalist. But yeah, for all but you know what though, I'm gonna say this. That might be. I think there are some channels that probably do need to be taken down because some of them are not doing anything. If you're just basically just sitting up here, just taking up space and not doing nothing, because I've seen some of these channels that they are just they're just not up to, they're just not about nothing. Yeah, some of them do need to be taken down. I would be surprised if they said bullying, said Bullywig to win the nomination. I ain't voting anyway. So I hear that Michael Bloomberg, the former mayor of New York City, is supposed to be running in the presidential election this year. That's gonna be interesting. And you know what? Funny thing about this, because we got an because 2020 is an election year. Now it's interesting though how they want to talk about all these impeachment talks with the orange person, but I mean he been messing up all along. Well, now all of a sudden, now that we got an election year coming up, now you want to talk about impeachment? Psh, man, please. Yes, take the doing, please. I have no idea what y'all talking about. They found a missing 8-year-old from my state dead in Mexico, and it was shown on Facebook, but not the news. Still don't know how he ended up there. Wow, man, that's sad. That's sad, Tanisha. My condolences to the family. But you know what though? Even the mainstream news is that they're getting more graphic now too with some of the content that they show. But it's like now, but when content creators do it, they want to penalize us. Uh huh. Yep. Yeah, he started stop and frisk. I did hear that. That's right. I heard that he's regretted the stop and frisk too. They should take down the black man, black women bashing channels. Well, that's probably not going to happen because anytime they have us against each other, it all fits their agenda. It all fits the narrative. See, that would be strategic for them. Anything they can do to eliminate us, and what way to do that would be to use us against us. So Trump is the new Elvis. He ain't going nowhere. White America loves him. He is the guy to them. Yeah, yeah. I mean, there's so much stuff out here to deal with. Now, one thing I will say that KD Organic said, I saw a channel, a video he did. He did say something that made a lot of sense. One thing I will agree with on him, something he said that for those who want to start a channel right now, this would be a good time to start a channel because there's so much to talk about. I agree. There's so many things out here to talk about in this world. I mean, you could literally be up and at it with the stuff. There's plenty of stories to be talking about right now. So I would definitely agree with that. But some of these channels out here, they get out there anytime when it's something that's not productive, where it's where they're talking about destroying each other. They're gonna keep those up, especially when it comes to us, because like I said, it's all by design. When we come out there beefing with each other, when we talk about what we're gonna do to one another, when we talk about, they have people talk about pulling up on each other. See, they love that. That's entertainment to them. As long as we talk about harming each other and not telling the truth and not speaking on the state of this system, we don't start talking about this white supremacist society. Yeah, they won't mess with those channels. But the minute you start speaking truth to people and you start telling them about building in their communities, then they have something to say. I mean, they did the same thing with the minister on Facebook. Like Tupac said, give them guns, step back, and watch them kill each other. Yep. There are only one third that will make it, and we must separate. Mm. You know what? Before we deal with any kind of revolution, before we have to deal with any kind of so-called enemies, the first ones that we will have to deal with will be those in our own community because we're around them all the time. See, you stand to we stand to deal with being harmed by somebody that looks like us more than anything. Somebody made a good point to mention too, because I did a review on the Harriet movie. Someone made a real good point and how they just put this scene in the movie. But you notice that the black male bounty hunter, that was propaganda also. The showcase and to actually basically point the black man as being the enemy of the black woman. When they had the black man kill the black woman in the heinous way that he did, it was all part of the agenda. And I didn't even mention that when I did my review, but I heard someone else say it, and I thought to myself, yeah, that did make some sense. And they did do that too. You had the black bounty hunter that was showboating and catering and pandering to the racist white society, and get this, the same racists that he pandered to wound up killing him anyway. We have to deal with the sellouts like Diamond and Silk and Sheriff David Clark. See, if everybody came together from the beginning, we would all be monetized, but it's always division in the black community to hold people down, so it's never a support for each other. They got white saviors in the new Queen and Slim movie, but some folks like it. I'm gonna say this, but the whole thing about ADOS, when they were talking about reparations, the thing is that you got too many people pocket watching and too much clout chasing. First of all, for folks to say that, oh, they don't need that much money, we don't need that much money. All they gonna do is go buy this and that. You know what? What a person does with their money is not my business. Just because I may not approve of what you do with your money, I may not approve of it, I may not like what you do with it, but it's not my place to say what you should do and what you should spend it because that is your money and you can spend it on what you want to spend it on. Now, I do think we should support each other financially. Yeah, I do agree with that. But it's not something I'm gonna make somebody do. I'm not gonna sit up there and tell a person, well, yeah, you gotta support. No, a person don't gotta do anything. It's too much division among us anyway. And you A1 on that, Rob. You hit the nail right on the head. But I see that it's coming hour. I'm about to wrap this up, family. I'm so glad y'all stopped by. Came to support me. Just wanted to just give y'all an update on what I've been doing. I just gotta get off my lazy ass and get that SD card. But for those who just came in, check out the playback. Got some good stuff I'm talking about. Please support me, y'all, at paypal.me/the real Aaron Collins. I'm gonna put the link again, as well as patreon.com/the real Aaron Collins. And y'all, I just want everyone to know that I appreciate y'all so much. Please share this video, man. I love every last one of you. I want us to all make it. I mean, 2020 is coming. We need to really adopt this slogan. Hashtag this 2020 vision. 2020 vision in 2020. That's what we need to be about. I mean, I know it sounds like I sound like a broken record, but man, we need to really need to go there. And me, being a Christian person, yeah, I do promote my faith and all that, but no, I don't force feed it to people. But I do promote my faith. But I still love every last one of y'all on here. And man, let's just make this happen. Let's just get on this platform, y'all. Let's just create content. Let's just be what we are. Content creators do the best we can on here, and just do what we gotta do. Good night to you, Annette. So Annette B, Sonia C's, Rob from Brooklyn, Kai Watts, Black Seed Supreme, that guy from Texas, um, and everybody else that came on here. I appreciate every last one of y'all. Everyone, be blessed. I hope everyone had a good Thanksgiving. I know a lot of you. I know some people don't celebrate Thanksgiving. I get it. I mean, I don't really get off into the commercialism and the traditionalism myself no more. But if y'all do have family, I hope you at least spend some time with your family. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, I said this before, that every single day is Thanksgiving to me, and that's just what that is. But anyway, everyone, y'all know what y'all gotta do. 2020 vision, support the channel, and let's just make it do what it do, y'all. Right on. Thanks, killing. Brother the Nubian, man, my brother, oh man, you came in right as I'm about to wrap it up. But anyway, catch the playback, my brother. I'm glad to see you though. Yeah, catch the playback, and everyone support one another. Let's let's do what we got to do. But once again, 2020 vision, y'all. Let's do this. Holla at everybody.